also from Gujarat in the Rajya Sabha. So they all had a meeting and
inspire, but the invincible define an era. Witness the unveiling of India's invincible icons on a stage that crowns greatness. CNN News 18 India of the Year 2025 coming soon.
Good evening, you're watching Nation at 5 on CNN News 18 with me, Poonam Burde. Let's get you started on this edition with the headlines. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launches a scathing attack on the RJD for giving a ticket to Shahabuddin's son Osama, says people of Bihar must realize what awaits them if RJD returns to power. Chaos and confusion prevails in the Mahagathbandhan camp. No seat-sharing deal formalized yet. BIP chief says he wants the Bihar Deputy Chief Minister's position if the India bloc wins. Bihar CM kicks off his poll campaign with the first election rally, claims unlike RJD rule, there is Qanun Ka Raj in Bihar. Thanks Prime Minister Modi for supporting Bihar through central schemes. Karnataka government SIT raids former Aland MLA and BJP leader Subhash Guttidar in the alleged vote chori case. Earlier, the poll panel had dismissed Rahul Gandhi's charge of 6,000 votes being deleted in the constituency during the assembly elections. Former Union Minister and BJP slams LDF government over the arrest of prime accused in the Sabarimala gold theft case, Unnikrishnan Potti, claiming it just to be an eyewash. Says such massive theft could not have happened without the connivance of top leaders within the government. It's a big boost to India's indigenous aerial prowess. Tejas Mark 1A jet takes maiden flight in Nashik, while the first batch of BrahMos missiles manufactured at the newly inaugurated Lucknow facility handed over to the armed forces. Situation remains tense as TTP launches fresh attack on Pakistan security forces. Shahbaz Sharif seeks peace talks in Qatar. Let's begin this broadcast with some breaking news that's coming in from Madhya Pradesh's Gwalior now, where worms and insects were reportedly found in a bottle of azithromycin syrup that's given to children. This incident has led to a statewide alert, with health authorities halting the distribution of the affected batch and launching an investigation. A team that's led by Drug Inspector has collected samples from the hospital store. The drug department has suspended distribution of the entire batch as well.
इस वक्त हम खड़े हैं ग्वालियर के मुरार जिला अस्पताल में, जहां ये जच्चा खाना कहा जाता है। इसमें महिला और बच्चों का इलाज किया जाता है। बच्चे यहां लाए जाते हैं। ये जिला अस्पताल का दवा वितरण केंद्र है और इसी से दवा वितरण केंद्र से एंटीबायोटिक सिरप एजिथ्रोमाइसिन दी गई थी, जिसमें ये जानकारी सामने आई है कि एक बच्चे के परिजन ने आकर ये शिकायत की कि एजिथ्रोमाइसिन जो सिरप है उस सिरप में कीड़े हैं। इसके बाद जो सिविल सर्जन है उन्होंने यहाँ जो एजिथ्रोमाइसिन सिरप है उसको वितरण पे तत्काल रोक लगाई। इसके बाद जानकारी मिलने के बाद ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर अनुभूति शर्मा ने भी यहाँ आकर जो एजिथ्रोमाइसिन सिरप है उनमें 16 बोतल के सैंपल लिए हैं। इनके सैंपल जांच के लिए भेजे गए हैं। लैब से जिस तरह की रिपोर्ट आएगी उसके बाद ये साफ़ होगा कि आखिरकार ग्वालियर के जिला अस्पताल में जो एजिथ्रोमाइसिन सिरप आया है एंटीबायोटिक, उस सिरप में किस तरह की क्या खामियां हैं।
Sushil Kaushik, my colleague, now joins us from Gwalior from the hospital, where in fact this incident has come to the fore. Sushil, क्या जांच पड़ताल चल रही है अभी? गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा ये बताया जा रहा है कि ये जो अफेक्टेड बैच था उस पर तो रोक लगा दी गई है, बट क्या इस कंपनी पे भी कार्रवाई होगी?
बिल्कुल, देखिए ग्वालियर में अगर कहें तो मध्य प्रदेश में छिंदवाड़ा के बाद ग्वालियर शहर में एक ऐसा मामला है कि जिसमें बच्चों का एंटीबायोटिक सिरप एजिथ्रोमाइसिन दिया गया था एक बच्चे को इलाज के दौरान जिला अस्पताल मुरार में, और 2 दिन बाद उसकी मां बोतल लेकर पहुंची थी एजिथ्रोमाइसिन सिरप की, जो खुली हुई थी, और उनका दावा था कि इसमें कीड़े जैसी कोई चीज़ है। इसके बाद जो सिविल सर्जन है उन्होंने उस एंटीबायोटिक सिरप एजिथ्रोमाइसिन को वितरण करने पर रोक लगा दी थी। साथ ही ड्रग डिपार्टमेंट ग्वालियर की टीम ने वहां जाकर सैंपल लिए थे। जो 316 बोतल थी उनमें 10 के रेंडमली सैंपल लिए गए और वो जांच के लिए कोलकाता भेजे गए। इसके अलावा चूँकि मामला गंभीर था, छिंदवाड़ा में बड़ा हादसा हुआ था, तो यही वजह है कि भोपाल से भी राज्य सरकार की तरफ से एक टीम ग्वालियर आई और उसने भी इन सिरप के बारे में जाँच की। निश्चित तौर पर लेबोरेटरी की जो रिपोर्ट आएगी उससे ये साफ होगा कि आखिरकार उसमें कीड़ा जो था वो किस तरह का था, क्या परेशानियां थी। लेकिन जो 10 बोतल के सैंपल लिए गए थे उनमें किसी तरह की कोई फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन के दौरान कीड़े मिलने की कोई शिकायत नहीं थी। लेकिन मामला चूंकि गंभीर है, अब देखना यही है कि इसमें किस तरह की जांच रिपोर्ट आती है लेबोरेटरी की और उसके बाद क्या कार्रवाई की जाती है। लेकिन जिन कंपनियों से ये सिरप सप्लाई हुए थे, 2 कंपनियां हैं जिनकी सिरप जो है मध्य प्रदेश के भोपाल से, ग्वालियर सहित अन्य सरकारी अस्पतालों में सप्लाई किए गए थे। निश्चित तौर पर कहीं ना कहीं प्राइवेट अगर हॉस्पिटल में अगर इस तरह का मामला हो तो एक बात अलग है, लेकिन अगर सरकारी अस्पताल में चाहे छिंदवाड़ा के बाद इस तरह का ग्वालियर में मामला सामने आता है, निश्चित तौर पर चिंता की बात है। राज्य सरकार भी इसमें गंभीर है और उसके अलावा स्वास्थ्य विभाग भी इस पर पैनी नज़र बनाए हुए है। लेकिन अब कोलकाता से जैसे इसकी रिपोर्ट आएगी उसके बाद साफ होगा कि आखिरकार इस एजिथ्रोमाइसिन सिरप में क्या वाकई में कोई डिफेक्ट है, परेशानी है या क्या इसकी हकीकत है। तो रिपोर्ट का सभी को इंतज़ार है और निश्चित तौर पर इसमें लापरवाही कहीं ना कहीं नज़र ज़रूर आती है। हालांकि प्रशासन का, स्वास्थ्य विभाग का दावा है कि ये जो सिरप है ये सप्लाई करने के लिए सरकारी अस्पतालों में सप्लाई करने से पहले 3 लेयर में इसकी जांच होती है। तो अब देखना यही है कि जांच रिपोर्ट जो आएगी लैब की, उसके बाद आने वाले समय में किस तरह की कार्रवाई होती है ये आने वाला समय ही बताएगा।
जी, रिपोर्ट आने के बाद पता चलेगा कि इसके बाद कार्रवाई क्या होगी। बट जैसे आप बता रहे थे सुशील, पहले छिंदवाड़ा अब ग्वालियर, बट ग्वालियर के इस एक जिला अस्पताल से ये खबर आई है। क्या कोई और अस्पतालों से ऐसी खबरें हैं? क्या बाकी अस्पतालों में भी ये जांच पड़ताल होगी?
बिल्कुल, देखिए जैसे ही ग्वालियर के जिला अस्पताल में एजिथ्रोमाइसिन सिरप में कीड़े निकलने की शिकायत मिली थी, उसके बाद इसकी जानकारी स्वास्थ्य विभाग के जरिए मध्य प्रदेश राजधानी भोपाल भी पहुंची थी और उसके बाद जहां जहां एजेंसी के जरिए इन एजिथ्रोमाइसिन सिरप को सप्लाई किया गया था उनको भी निर्देश दिए गए थे, तत्काल इसके वितरण पर रोक लगाई गई थी। ग्वालियर में भी जो एजिथ्रोमाइसिन की शीशियाँ थी लगभग 316 जो बताई गई थी, उनको तत्काल जो है रोक लगा दी गई थी उन पर। तो निश्चित तौर पर अब कहीं ना कहीं रोक लगाई गई थी। इसके अलावा भी और 6 दवाएं जो है वो देने पर मध्य प्रदेश में स्वास्थ्य विभाग ने अभी रोक लगाई है। तो अब देखना ये है कि जांच रिपोर्ट किस तरह की आती है, उसके बाद इसमें किस तरह की क्या जो है दिक्कतें निकलती है, डिफेक्ट निकलता है और उसके बाद आने वाले समय में किस तरह की कार्रवाइयाँ होंगी। क्योंकि अगर ये शिकायत है कीड़ा मिलने की तो ये गंभीर शिकायत है और जिस तरह का मध्य प्रदेश के छिंदवाड़ा में एक बड़ा हादसा हो चुका है जहाँ कफ सिरप के चलते कई बच्चों की जान गई है, तो इसमें अब राज्य सरकार भी गंभीर है, स्वास्थ्य विभाग भी इसमें गंभीर है। अब देखना ये है कि लेबोरेटरी कोलकाता से जो रिपोर्ट आएगी वो रिपोर्ट आने के बाद किस तरह की इसमें खामियां निकलती है या क्या परेशानियां निकलती है और उसके आधार पर आगे जांच का दायरा, कार्रवाई का दायरा शुरू होगा। और उसके बाद जो अभी रोक लगाई गई है इस सिरप पर पुनर्विचार आने वाले समय में होगा जब आएगी और रिपोर्ट में जो उसकी खामियां, जानकारी है, जो वेरिफिकेशन होगा उसके आधार पर अगली कार्रवाई स्वास्थ्य विभाग और मध्य प्रदेश सरकार करेगी।
जी, ये कार्रवाई आगे बढ़ी रहेगी, बट देयर वर ब्लैक पार्टिकल्स claimed to be insects or worms that were found in the azithromycin syrup that was given to children, that was prescribed to children, at least in one district hospital in Gwalior. That's what we are learning. The matter was reported by a patient. The child's mother brought in the syrup of azithromycin that was prescribed and given by the administration of the hospital, by the store in the hospital. That's something that was returned by this parent to show as proof of what had transpired, and that led to a series of decisions that were taken by the state government, by the health department, to ensure that we do not see what happened in Chhindwara repeat itself in Gwalior this time around. Dr. D.K. Gupta, Chairman of Felix Hospitals, is with us on this broadcast as well. Dr. Gupta, thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. It's quite alarming, the Chhindwara incident in which over 20 kids died due to kidney failure because of a cough syrup. That's just happened a couple of weeks ago, and now we have another medicine that's under the scanner in MP.
I think this is a very serious issue, and government and all the people now are focusing on the pricing only. Cheaper medicine, they are purchasing cheaper medicine, generic medicine. So nobody is focusing on the quality of medicines. If you are giving a poor quality of medicine, it will be ineffective and it will not cure the disease also. And if you have such adulteration, such contamination or such thing in that erythromycin or any cough syrup or any antibiotic, can be lethal for the children also. It can create food poisoning, it can create toxins in the stomach and can cause septicemia and serious life-threatening infections like multi-organ dysfunction also, even death also. And we have seen in case of cold reef also, several children died because of this adulterated cough syrup, because of the high quality of the adulteration. I think we should have awareness and we should have a mindset of quality medicine, not a poor generic medicine. Those are very cheap, those are very they have quality standard, there are no SOP followed during their manufacturing process also, and because of the pricing only, the quality is compromised, and if we compromise the quality, first point, the medicine will be ineffective, it will not be potent, it will not be effective, it will not cure disease, it will create complications because of disease. And if this medicine has complications or because of some adulteration or there is a process failure in during manufacturing, then it can cause serious side effects and complications like death, multi-organ dysfunction, gastroenteritis, diarrhea, vomiting, acute kidney injury, liver dysfunctions, even heart damage, heart failure. There are so many complications can occur in any children or even adults also. I think we should be very careful on going for the generic medicines or poor quality of medicine. We should not compromise.
But it's different, Dr. Gupta, for kids and for adults, isn't it? There's a wide variety of medicines that's available for adults, but that's not the case as far as children are concerned. If you could just put in perspective for our viewers why this particular syrup, azithromycin, is important for kids. Are there alternatives for this or not? And what is the age group that we're looking at for whom this particular syrup is prescribed?
Azithromycin is a macrolide antibiotic. There is known as group macrolide, and it is basically for treatment of atypical pneumonia or upper respiratory tract infection or serious infections, life-threatening infections also. And it has been given to the children also, and it can be given to the adults also. Dose is different for the children and dose is different for the adults and for different diseases also. But this is a very quite effective medicine for the respiratory tract infections, treatment of respiratory tract infections. But if it has contamination or it has adulteration or it has poor quality of antibiotics or API, poor quality of API used for manufacturing of this medicine, and definitely it will be ineffective, it will cause side effects, can cause serious complications, even death.
Are there alternatives though for this, Dr. Gupta?
So there are so many other alternatives, like we can use amoxicillin syrup, amoxicillin with globulin acid, cefixime, and cefodoxime. There are so many antibiotics are available. They can be used as an alternative, but depending on the case history, patient complaints, patient diagnosis also. I think, and I don't think these medicines should be given over the counter also. And most of the pediatricians and most of the doctors are also using like a simple antipyretic or like a paracetamol of these medicines. During COVID, we have seen there is a huge misuse of the azithromycin has been done in the past also. So I think we should be very careful choosing the antibiotic. Is it required or not required? Because if we are giving lots of antibiotics without their actual requirement, it will create resistance to these antibiotics, and in future these medicines will not be effective also. So I think this is also important. But currently, what is the main point is that we should not focus on generic medicine. We should not focus on the cheaper quality of medicine. We should focus on the quality of the medicine. It is costly, that doesn't matter, but it should be effective and get any complications in the adult lives.
Absolutely, Dr. Gupta. Thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. This, of course, has caused array of concerns, in fact, not just in Gwalior, but across Madhya Pradesh. And we do hope that the state government finds answers to what exactly transpired and that the damage of this is limited. Shifting focus now, the filing of nominations for the first phase of Bihar Assembly elections will end today in just about an hour or so. On the final day of nomination filing, Union Home Minister Amit Shah began the NDA's Bihar Blitz. He sounded the poll bugle, met with Nitish Kumar as well before addressing a rally. Meanwhile, the Congress has released its first list of candidates that has 48 names. But this list has been put out even though the Mahagathbandhan is yet to finalize its sheet-sharing pact, or at least make it formal. While the NDA seems to be zooming forth with its agenda on Bihar, confusion reigns supreme in the opposition camp. VIP, which is one of the smaller allies within the India bloc, its chief has now demanded the post of Bihar Deputy Chief Minister, rejecting the Rajya Sabha membership post as a consolation. He says, I'm okay with the number of seats that the alliance partners are willing to give me, but I would want the Deputy Chief Minister's chair.
एनडीए के सभी दलों के लिए बिहार की जनता खुलकर मतदान करे, बेखौफ होकर मतदान करे और प्रचंड बहुमत से एनडीए के सभी दलों को जिताए। हम बिहार में नीतीश कुमार जी के नेतृत्व में लड़ रहे हैं और देश भर में हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी एनडीए का नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं। भाइयों बहनों, नीतीश कुमार जी के 20 साल के शासन में नीतीश कुमार जी ने बिहार को जंगल राज से मुक्त करने का काम किया और साथ में 11 साल नरेंद्र मोदी जी का भी शासन रहा। उन्होंने बिहार के अंदर विकास की गंगा बढ़ाने का काम किया।
गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने नीतीश कुमार से मुलाकात भी की, लेकिन उनका बयान एक सुर्खियों में है। खासकर विपक्ष के नेता सवाल उठा रहे हैं कि मुख्यमंत्री एनडीए का कौन होगा। उन्होंने बोला कि विधायक दल का नेता चुनेगा। तो नीतीश कुमार मुख्यमंत्री होंगे, यह अभी स्पष्ट नहीं है आपके गठबंधन की तरफ से?
सभी दलों के नेता वहाँ पर घोषणा कर चुके हैं। नीतीश कुमार जी के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ा जाएगा। अमित शाह जी ने कहा कि नंबर उनका कम है तो भी हम लोगों ने उन्हीं को मुख्यमंत्री बनाया है, जिससे स्पष्ट है कि अगर नंबर हमारा कम रहता है तो भी नीतीश कुमार जी मुख्यमंत्री होंगे। उन्होंने एक बार भी ये नहीं कहा कि नीतीश कुमार जी के अलावा कोई दूसरा भी मुख्यमंत्री होगा, जबकि महागठबंधन में तो नेता अभी कोई तय नहीं।
लेकिन ये जरूर नहीं कहा, लेकिन वो ये बोल सकते थे। पिछले चुनाव में कई बार बीजेपी के नेताओं ने बोला था, प्रधानमंत्री बोल चुके थे कि चुनाव के बाद मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार ही होंगे। तो इस बार बोलने में क्या दिक्कत है? इससे कन्फ्यूजन नहीं होगा?
जेडीयू की तरफ से कोई कन्फ्यूजन नहीं है। वो नेता थे, हैं और फिर वही बनेंगे मुख्यमंत्री।
आप लोग आरजेडी पे और कांग्रेस पे सवाल उठाते हैं कि उनका चेहरा कौन होगा। कांग्रेस जैसे तेजस्वी यादव का नाम नहीं ले रही है, तो आपको नहीं लगता कि इस वजह से एक मतदाताओं में कंफ्यूजन होगा? गठबंधन के अंदर तो छोड़ दीजिए, मतदाताओं में कंफ्यूजन होगा।
देखिए, लालू प्रसाद यादव जी के सुपुत्र तेजस्वी यादव में और नीतीश कुमार में फर्क है। नीतीश कुमार जी के चेहरे पे वोट पड़ती हैं, वोट बढ़ती हैं।
Chirag Paswan has really hard bargained and managed to get 29 seats for the party. And it also, it also has triggered some heartburn among the allies of, smaller allies of NDA. So does it also put a huge pressure on the LJP of performance, and how did he manage this?
Lok Janshakti Party outperformed every other party in the NDA or the Mahagathbandhan during the Lok Sabha elections. It was the only party that contested 5 seats and won all the 5 seats. And we continue to say that if we had more seats, we would have won all those seats as well. Mahagathbandhan is an alliance that is strictly made of parties with you can say, personal aspirations are higher than the alliance aspirations, or you can say that they are not very serious about developmental issues, but more serious about who's going to fight what. As you can see, I think that is why they are in the muddle right now, and they are not realizing that they have already lost the elections before even contesting it. Today is the last day of nomination for the first phase of seats. 121 seats are going to poll on 6th of November, and still they don't have a list of candidates.
Pallavi, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details. Pallavi, what is happening within the India bloc? Is there some sort of consensus, or are they still trying to figure out who gets what?
Well, first of all, there is no clarity yet, no formal announcement, as far as who's going to be the CM face of the Mahagathbandhan. The RJD has tried to convince the Congress that you have to head for a personality-driven election by announcing Tejasvi Yadav, just as it's pretty much clear that Nitish Kumar is expected to be the face of the NDA. But the Congress party is caught in a dilemma, Poonam. On one hand, it's cadre, which wants to keep the suspense going. But on the other hand, a very legitimate demand coming in from the RJD that Tejasvi Yadav is the main contender and therefore he should be declared. But before that, there has been a lot of problem. I mean, who announces names of 48 candidates just a couple of hours before the nomination process is to end? The Congress did that. There are many seats like Begussarai and a couple of others where you are finding two candidates from within the Mahagathbandhan contesting opposite each other, which just leaves the cadre confused because the cadre is being told and trained that Mahagathbandhan is one and all of you have to sink your differences if you had any to fight for the win of the Mahagathbandhan. But in Begusarai or in a particular constituency, if you are going to be seeing, say, a left versus Congress or a Congress versus BIP, all of who are a part of the Mahagathbandhan, the cadre is left very, very baffled and confused. And that is what could have an impact on the fortunes of the Mahagathbandhan.
And that's something that the Mahagathbandhan leaders are also cognizant of. But this only gives more ammunition to the NDA, who seem to have the first movers advantage at this moment. Pallavi, for the moment, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Let's listen into some more reactions.
मुख्यमंत्री विधायक दल तय करेगा, एनडीए का विधायक दल तय करेगा। ये परंपरा ही है। पिछली बार भी मुख्यमंत्री बने थे नीतीश कुमार जी, तो किसने तय किया था? एनडीए विधायक दल ने तय किया था कि हमारे नेता नीतीश कुमार होंगे।
We'll keep a track of what's transpiring in Bihar as that battle is only heating up. We're less than 1 month away before the first phase of elections, and Sierra News 18 is going to be your destination for all that's transpiring in that poll-bound state. We'll keep a track of that and much more here on Nation at 5. For now, a quick break.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Coming in from Gujarat.
અને હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના નાયબ મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યો શ્રદ્ધાપૂર્વક અને અંતઃકરણપૂર્વક બજાવીશ અને ભય કે પક્ષપાત રાગ કે દ્વેષ વિના તમામ લોકો સાથે સંવિધાન અને કાયદા અનુસાર ન્યાયપૂર્વક વર્તીશ હું હર્ષ રમેશ કુમાર સંઘવી ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના નાયબ મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકે જે કોઈ બાબત મારી વિચારણા માટે લાવવામાં આવશે અથવા મારા જાણવામાં આવશે તેની જાણ એવા નાયબ મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યોના યોગ્ય પાલન માટે આવશ્યક હોય તે સિવાય પ્રત્યક્ષ કે પરોક્ષ રીતે કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિ અથવા વ્યક્તિઓને કરીશ નહીં અથવા તેની કે તેમની આગળ તેને પ્રગટ કરીશ નહીં. ધન્યવાદ.
Payal Mehta joins us with more details. That's the big Gujarat cabinet reshuffle, the oath-taking ceremony that is ongoing. Payal, give us a sense of what you've been able to conclude so far. We were putting the number to the list, and what replacements are we essentially looking at? Give us a clarity on that front.
Well, as far as the replacements are really concerned, 9 of them have been replaced, given the fact that their survey report has not come out very good quickly. The Gujarat government has been holding a survey for these ministers who have been dropped for the last 1 year, and there was a lot of negative feedback coming their way as well. You still have 2 years to go for the next Gujarat Assembly elections, and therefore the BJP does not want to take any chances. But the big news and the big update as far as this reshuffle is concerned is the fact that Harsh Sanghvi has now become the deputy CM. Remember, he comes in from South Gujarat. He's been a representative of South Gujarat from the Majura constituency, which is in Surat. It has been a big jump for him, given the fact that he was the MOS home. He was also the sports minister of the state. Somebody who was the youngest home minister of Gujarat after Amit Shah as well. And he's got a big boost because not only does he become the deputy CM, but he's also going to be a cabinet minister as well. So big boost as far as Harsh is concerned. Again gives you an idea that the BJP is trying to promote young talent as well. Harsh is one of those representatives who's been very active. It's said to be extremely close to the top leadership of this Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah. The CR party has always in the past also been very close to Vijay Rupani, Anandiben Patel as well. So Harsh pretty much fits the bill, and that's the big story, the big update. Of course, there are a lot of reputations that have taken place. In terms of ministers who've been given an opportunity, whether it's Kanubhai Desai, who was the finance minister, or Rishikesh Patel, who was also the health minister of Gujarat.
Okay, Payal, you're telling us about the 9 replacements, and of course the big elevation that's coming for Harsh Sanghvi, also the youngest home minister of Gujarat to become the deputy chief minister. Payal, tell us a little bit about the caste composition of the new cabinet. There's been a lot of talk about OBC community, Patidar community, and how all of that is going to happen, inclusion of all the caste combinations.
Well, absolutely. There's been an inclusion of everyone that you can really think about, because remember the Patidars are a big force as far as Gujarat is really concerned, and therefore that holds a lot of significance. In that respect, they've been given a representation. Representation has also been given, from the other communities, especially the OBC community. Harsh Sanghvi himself is a Jain, which means minority community has also gotten a representation as well. Region-wise also a lot of representation has come their way, given the fact that Harsh Sanghvi and Kanubhai Desai have both been brought in as well. A lot of ministers have also been brought in from the Saurashtra region, and like I've been reporting earlier, it's not been a very, very happy hunting ground as far as the BJP is concerned in the past. But you have to understand one thing, that the BJP is looking at massive mandates. They won 156 out of 181 seats, but they were able to get another 6 people to join the ranks. It clearly meant that their strength is 162 out of 181 seats right now, which clearly means that numbers are certainly not a problem. But the BJP government in the state of Gujarat, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi comes in from, where of course Union Home Minister Amit Shah comes in from, where CR Patil comes in from. CR Patil, mind you, has the record of holding the highest number of seats and given the biggest victory to BJP. They will not leave anything to chance. So, like I said, it's not been an overnight decision. This cabinet rejig, or rather cabinet expansion has been on the cards for quite some time. It got delayed quite a bit because of the organization elections that have been underway for a few months as well. But this chop and change is something which has been part of the BJP's, thinking that we've really seen. We've seen Anandi Patel also leave her term midway as a chief minister. We've also seen Vijay Rupani also being removed midway as well. Bhupender Patel then replaced Vijay Rupani in 2019, if I remember correctly. And then, Bhupender Patel is now currently the chief minister of Gujarat. So everybody except him resigned yesterday when the cabinet, in fact, the entire set of cabinet ministers resigned yesterday. All the MLAs were asked to be in Gujarat. The Suchna, as I said, in Gujarat, came to each one of them only this morning as well. So there was a lot of, thinking behind, which has gone behind this. Just about a few days ago, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a meeting about Gujarat at his official residence at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, when, of course, Union Minister C.R. Patil, Union Minister for Home Affairs, Amit Shah, and of course JP Nadda, who is also a member of Parliament from, Mr. Nadda is a member of Parliament also from Gujarat in the Rajya Sabha. So they all had a meeting, and Jagdish Vishwakarma, who's newly been taken into the organization, is basically the Gujarat state chief. And of course, the Gujarat Chief Minister himself taking matters into their own hands, and they all had a detailed meeting. And after the centre's approval, this reshuffle has now taken shape.
Okay, Payal, now we're also looking at a comparison. So the new cabinet is larger than the 2022 lineup. There's also the upcoming elections that are being spoken of, and how all of this has been done, keeping in mind the civic elections, the 2027 assembly polls aimed at broadening social and regional representation. You spoke a little bit about the caste combination. What about region consideration?
A fierce battle for Bihar's 243 seats. A verdict that India is watching closely. CNN News 18 is bringing together the top voices for succinct analysis and a panel with diverse viewpoints. Bihar Elections decoded like no other. Elections equals CNN News 18.
Thank you for staying with us here on Nation at 5. We are getting some news, and this is a CNN News 18 exclusive. This is to do with what's transpiring in our neighborhood. Senior Taliban figures have now told CNN News 18 that Islamabad has lost control since 2023 when Afghan commanders stopped obeying ISI directives. Ceasefire between Afghanistan and Taliban, remember, was reached and was agreed upon for 48 hours, but what sources are telling us now is that ceasefire will allow Pakistan to reopen these diplomatic back channels and regain partial influence through negotiation rather than force, because clearly the Pakistani army and its force is not enough to keep the Afghanistan Taliban out of their control. Top Taliban sources in Kabul are saying the Taliban views this ceasefire as a bargaining chip from Pakistan's side. What sources are telling us is that Pakistani army is struggling not just on the borders with Afghanistan, but given the internal insurgency that we've seen, that's only adding to the troubles of Rawalpindi, which is why they want negotiations to take place, and which is why we saw Pakistan agree to this 48-hour truce window in the first place. Anand Narasimhan, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details. Anand, what more are we learning? Why exactly is it that Pakistan agreed to this 48-hour truce?
Good evening, Poonam, and good evening to our viewers here on CNN News 18. Senior Taliban figures have told CNN News 18 that Islamabad actually lost control since 2023 when Afghan commanders stopped obeying ISI directives. And they view this entire aspect of ceasefire of a method or a means for Pakistan to try and reopen diplomatic channels and regain partial influence through negotiation rather than force. And the idea is Afghanistan is looking at these talks to their end because they would like a certain level of trade concessions. They're very keen that the Atari-Wada border be open for supplies to move towards uninterrupted towards Afghanistan. They are also keen to ensure that certain border issues and border disputes and areas where Pakistan, as the Afghans claim, has encroached into their territory, all of that be given back. And of course, help them with this entire economic structure because they are landlocked. And the Pakistanis are trying to keep Afghanistan away from certain amount of economic activity. But they are very clear, the Taliban sources are very, very clear that they want to understand and look at these negotiations and these peace conversations to try and assert Afghanistan's individual identity separate or bereft of any Pakistani control. Meanwhile, they believe, the Taliban sources believe, that Pakistan has suffered huge reversals in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and in Balochistan, the Waziristan areas, etc. There is a lot of activity, engagement with the TTP is hurting the Pakistani military, which is already stretched and tired, and this increasing internal insurgency is only going to perhaps hurt Pakistan's chances of further getting IMF bailouts and also any kind of foreign aid, because Pakistan will be further viewed as a troubled area, and the IMF may just back off and hold its aid because of the prevailing situations in Pakistan. So the Taliban team believes that this is more linked to an economic survival of Pakistan rather than Pakistan wanting any peace with the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, which again the Afghans believe, or the Taliban believe, the Afghan territory and Taliban should not be blamed for.
Anand, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front and putting that conflict in perspective. In a significant boost to India's indigenous defense capabilities, Tejas light combat aircraft, a Mark 1A fighter jet, successfully completed its maiden flight from HAL's new Nasik production line. This happened in presence of Defense Minister Rajnath Singh During the event, Raksha Mantri inaugurated HAL's third production line for the Tejas Mark 1A and the second production line for the HTT-40 basic trainer aircraft. Tejas Mk-1A is an advanced multi-role fighter designed to replace the Indian Air Force's aging MiG-21 fleet, which is already retired. This upgraded variant comes equipped with enhanced avionics, air-to-air refueling and superior combat capabilities. The Nashik facility will initially produce about 8 jets annually, but there is potential for expansion. Combined with HAL's 2 production lines in Bengaluru, the overall capacity will reach about 24 Tejas fighters per year. So here's what it makes Tejas more significant and why this is important for India's armed forces. It's lightweight, it has a single engine and it is a multi-role fighter jet. It has advanced active electronically scanned array radars. They are installed in the Mk-1A that enables tracking of multiple targets simultaneously. The aircraft also features upgraded digital fly-by-wire system. It has a unified electronic warfare suite added. It also includes advanced self-protection jammers and has about 9 hard points for versatile weaponry. It is capable of beyond visual range air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles. It is equipped with advanced short-range air-to-air missiles as well. But it took us a long time for this maiden flight to take off today for Atmanirbharta in defense to get new wings. Here's what the timeline looked like. In 1983 is when this light combat aircraft project was launched. This was launched to replace the MiG-21s. 1995, almost a decade later, the first technology demonstrator was rolled out. Then in 2001, TD-1's first successful flight was conducted. 6 years later, in 2007, PV-3 achieved its supersonic flight. Then in 2013, the first Tejas squadron was planned for the Indian Air Force. In 2015, the first series production aircraft was finally delivered. In 2016, the number 45 squadron was inducted with these Tejas jets. Then came the naval variant. That happened in 2019, where it landed on INS Vikramaditya. Then in 2021, a 48,000 crore rupee deal for 83 Tejas Mk-1A jets was approved. And today, we saw this particular aircraft take its maiden sortie.
मेरे साथियों, आज ये हिंदुस्तान एरोनॉटिक्स लिमिटेड द्वारा निर्मित लाइट कॉम्बैट एयरक्राफ्ट मार्क 1A तेजस की थर्ड प्रोडक्शन लाइन का उद्घाटन हो रहा है। इसके साथ ही HTT-40 एयरक्राफ्ट की सेकंड प्रोडक्शन लाइन का भी उद्घाटन हुआ है। इन दोनों प्रोजेक्ट्स को देश को समर्पित करते हुए मैं कहना चाहूंगा, मुझे बेहद खुशी हुई है। आज जब मैंने नासिक डिवीजन में तैयार किए गए सुखोई 30 LCA और HTT-40 विमानों की उड़ान देखी तो मेरा सीना गर्व से चौड़ा हो गया। उनकी उड़ान रक्षा क्षेत्र में भारत की मैं मानता हूं, मैं इस रूप में देख रहा था, यह भारत की आत्मनिर्भरता की उड़ान है, यह भारत के सेल्फ रिलायंस की एक फ्लाइंग है।
I know this has become an achievement for you, but I am going to start it with that looming question. When Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is going to deliver Tejas Mark 1 Alpha to Indian Air Force?
I think we are on a very positive note today. We have seen the first flight of the first aircraft rolling out from our Nasik facility. It's a great occasion. In less than 2 years, our engineers and workmen have done a fantastic job of producing the first aircraft and making it fly today. The Defense Minister flagged off this flight. So coming to your question of deliveries, I think this is the 10th aircraft, as you can see. 9 we have made in Bangalore, this is the 10th. The aircrafts are going to get ready one after another. In a couple of months, we will have the 12 aircraft ready, and we have 4 engines. So I think the effort from our side has been to build these aircraft, put the engines, fly them and get them ready. That's what we are doing. And as far as the weapon integration is concerned, we have done the weapon integration, you know, the computer talking to the missile and so on. So that is done. But we need to do the testing. So that's the phase we are in. And we are very optimistic that in the coming months that will happen. Since it's confidential, I can't tell you about that. But we are sure that that will happen. And then we'll be in a position to deliver. So today I'm very upbeat that we are over the hill as far as deliveries is concerned.
So, there has been, in fact, there are a number of timelines that are on social media. Several media houses are reporting. Last time when we spoke, mid 2028 was the time that by then you'll be delivering all 83 aircrafts. Any sort of timeline that you can give us now, starting from the initial delivery to the fulfillment of at least the first order?
So I would, we have an order for 180 now, 83 and the 97.
Yeah.
So we plan to deliver all 180 aircraft by 30 to 33. That's our plan. And the ramp up of the engines will happen from GE. So we are very confident by 30 to 33, all the 180 aircraft will be delivered.
Tejas Mark 1 Alpha is of course the upgraded version of Tejas Mark 1. We know you talk about the missile, the radar and also the better avionics. If you can just specify the sort of capabilities that this aircraft has, and in terms of radar and weapon integration, what are we going to expect from this particular aircraft?
You see, it's got a very capable AESA radar. Reliabilities are much better, the ranges are much better. It's got an aerial refueling probe which is visible, so it can go longer ranges with aerial refueling. Excellent EW suite which gives it a very good capability to operate in denied environments, electronic denied environments. It's got a software defined radio, a wonderful set of missiles, short range, long range BVRs. So I think it gives us the total capability as a multi-role aircraft, and which is, I would say, current, and therefore obsolescence is not an issue for the next years. Current aircraft where we have excellent control, and as we go along we'll definitely integrate more and more weapons on this.
Last question, you have recently received the fourth engine from GE. There have been talks that they are keeping you in loop as far as delays are concerned. What are the expectations now? Are we going to receive 2 engines per month? And if it is happening, by when we can expect the initial delivery to the Indian Air Force?
This year they have promised us 10 engines. We expect maybe more in this coming year. The conversation, as you said, has been going on with GE, and they are updating us, and we expect one more engine this month. So I think we are on track. As long as they sort out their problems and start delivering, we will go ahead with integrating them and getting the aircraft ready.
We have some breaking news that's now coming in. This is to do with the controversy that's brewing in the United Kingdom after the ban on Maccabi's Tel Aviv fans at Aston Villa. We're now seeing the Culture Secretary will be meeting officials to discuss this decision to block Tel Aviv fans from attending a football match. This happened in Birmingham. Meanwhile, United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer has called this ban a wrong decision. Details are still trickling in of what exactly transpired in United Kingdom. Anand Narasimhan, my colleague, and Sanjay Suri will be joining us shortly, getting us more details. In fact, I believe Anand is with us. Anand, what exactly transpired?
Well, this is the letter that's come from Barrister Ayub Khan, who's the MP of Birmingham. Now, long live freedom, that's the freedom is dead. That is what many are saying. Long live liberal British society, freedom, and a liberal British society is dead. That's what many are saying because of the tone of this letter. He's saying, I welcome the Safety Advisory Group's decision to advise Maccabi Tel Aviv fans will not be permitted to attend Villa Park on 6th November. There was a match scheduled between Aston Villa FC and the Maccabi Tel Aviv team. There are those who were taken hostage and released by the Hamas in the October 7 attack who have said that we are fans of Maccabi Tel Aviv. We are in Britain. Why shouldn't we be allowed to go and watch a match? Is there no freedom that can be guaranteed? Why? Because this is what the barrister is saying. He's saying from the moment that the match was announced, it was clear that there were latent safety risks that even our capable security and police authorities would not be able to fully manage. With so much hostility and uncertainty around the match, it was only right to take drastic measures. So is he saying that as Birmingham MP, he cannot guarantee security? Is he saying that the local police and the security establishment cannot guarantee safety for fans in a match which is supposed to actually keep sport above politics? That's what he says at the end. He says sports entertainment events should be enjoyed by all regardless of their race, ethnicity and background. And then comes the but. There are rare instances where political dynamics surrounding such spectacles cannot be ignored and where drastic action must be taken to ensure the safety of fans, players, staff and local residents. Now, I'm glad that this reality has been acknowledged in this case, and I'm grateful to Aston Villa FC, Maccabi Tel Aviv FC Football Club, that means West Midlands Police and Safety Advisory Group, for all their work to listen to our community's concerns. What does he mean by our community's concerns? Is he not MP for all of Birmingham? That's the big question. Now is the time to ease tensions, set aside political differences and focus on the football once more. So he is saying set aside political differences, ease communal tensions, and then he says focus on the football. But ease tensions. But he's also saying, sorry, no fans allowed. So isn't this hypocrisy? That's one. Secondly, isn't it a sad statement and a travesty of things? Is Birmingham now totally gone? Is it no longer a liberal British city? Why is it that fans of Maccabi Tel Aviv cannot watch the match? Why keep them out? That's what many Israeli are now turning around and saying, better you just put it on the stadium, no Jews allowed. So how are you a free society? How are you saying that you are going to allow all in society to come together? So that's the big question. Emily Damari is one of the survivors. She has come out and tweeted. She has put out a tweet where she is saying that I'm one of the people who was held hostage by the Hamas and I was released. And I am a Maccabi football club fan. Don't I have the right to enjoy and watch a football match in Britain? What about my freedom? What about my right in a liberal society, in British society? So what's the current state of affairs there? That is something that she has put out. We'll try and call out her tweet in a bit. But this is what is the bizarre turn of events that we are seeing in Britain, where fans are being identified by race, they're being profiled, and they are being denied entry into a stadium because a local MP feels his community is not going to be happy about it. So is Barrister Ayub Khan, the Birmingham MP, representing all of Birmingham or only a certain particular community who he feels will feel bad if Maccabi Tel Aviv come? Now this is what Emily Damari has said. We'll try and call out this tweet, and she's replying to Ayub Khan here. So this is Ayub Khan, where he's saying, welcome the news that Maccabi Tel Aviv fans will not be permitted to watch the match. Then this is what Emily Damari has come out and said, and if you can call out this tweet and put it out. I was released from Hamas captivity in January, and I am a die-hard fan of Maccabi Tel Aviv. She says, I am shocked to my core with this outrageous decision to ban me, my family and my friends from attending an Aston Villa game in the UK. Football is a way of bringing people together irrespective of their faith, color or religion, and this disgusting decision does the exact opposite. Shame on you, she says. And I hope you come to your senses and reconsider. I do wonder what exactly has become of British society. This is like putting a big sign on the outside of a stadium saying no Jews allowed. What has become of the UK where blatant anti-Semitism has become the norm? What a sad world we are living in. I think this post says and expresses the sentiment of a lot of people very, very beautifully, Emily Damari's post, contrary to what the rights and duty of an MP of a particular city is, where he clearly mentions our community, saying he's representing only one section of the British society.
What has been the reaction of the government so far? We're given to understand that there has come some sort of condemnation that has come to the fore from the Prime Minister himself.
Yes, Keir Starmer has reacted. Keir Starmer has, there has been a reaction from Keir Starmer, who has condemned this kind of an attitude. But is he able to try and turn this whole entire diktat around? Is he able to try and guarantee a certain level of confidence to fans of the Maccabi Tel Aviv Football Club? Is he able to say that either no fans enter or all fans enter? That we have to wait and watch.
Right, Anand, stay on with us. Sanjay also joining us. He's joining us from London, getting us more details. It's quite shocking, this ban and this letter that has now come to the fore. A condemnation has come in from Keir Starmer, Sanjay, but that shouldn't be all, isn't it? There has to be more than just words.
More than words, and it's more than Birmingham and more than this match. Poonam, I'm actually at the moment in Leicester. This is in Midlands. This is another city in the Midlands, not very far from Birmingham at all. And this city is grappling with its own concerns because this is home to a very large Diwali celebration year after year. And this year, the Diwali celebrations have been curtailed by the local council here on the grounds that there are safety concerns because crowds turn up, and this is parallel to, and if you like, an extension to the kind of decision we've seen in Birmingham. And people here are very concerned. There have been large crowds here year after year, and the demand is that the crowd should be managed rather than reduced. And the city has done a fairly good job doing that. And this year there are concerns because the celebrations are being reduced. What has been permitted has been curtailed quite a bit, and there's a lot of concern here over this. Now, as far as Birmingham goes, there have been the stated reason, or the pretext, if you like, has been a concern over safety. We've seen the attack on the synagogue in Manchester just earlier this month. Only a couple of weeks back, one person was killed by an attacker, another was accidentally shot by the police in trying to manage this incident. And the other issue that people have raised concerns over and pointed to is the incident that happened in Amsterdam last year when the Israelis and local groups clashed over a football match. So these are the two incidents that local authorities in Birmingham are pointing to raise concerns that they cannot guarantee the safety of fans and therefore to stop them from coming all together. But clearly the need is to manage the fans rather than ban them.
Absolutely. We'll keep a track of what comes next and what the reaction really is across the United Kingdom and from the world as well. For the moment though, Anand and Sanjay, thank you so much for getting us the latest. It is a wrap from my side on this edition of Nation at 5. Thank you so much for tuning in.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Coming in from Gujarat.
હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના નાયબ મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યો શ્રદ્ધાપૂર્વક અને અંતઃકરણપૂર્વક બજાવીશ અને ભય કે પક્ષપાત રાગ કે દ્વેષ વિના તમામ લોકો સાથે સંવિધાન અને કાયદા અનુસાર ન્યાયપૂર્વક વર્તીશ હું હર્ષ રમેશ કુમાર સંઘવી ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના નાયબ મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકે જે કોઈ બાબત મારી વિચારણા માટે લાવવામાં આવશે અથવા મારા જાણવામાં આવશે તેની જાણ એવા નાયબ મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યોના યોગ્ય પાલન માટે આવશ્યક હોય તે સિવાય પ્રત્યક્ષ કે પરોક્ષ રીતે કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિ અથવા વ્યક્તિઓને કરીશ નહીં અથવા તેની કે તેમની આગળ તેને પ્રકટ કરીશ નહીં. ધન્યવાદ.
Payal Mehta joins us with more details. That's the big Gujarat cabinet reshuffle, the oath-taking ceremony that is ongoing. Payal, give us a sense of, what you've been able to conclude so far. We were putting the number to the list, and what replacements are we essentially looking at? Give us a clarity on that front.
Well, as far as the replacements are really concerned, 9 of them have been replaced, given the fact that their survey report has not come out very good quickly. The Gujarat government has been holding a survey for these ministers who have been dropped for the last 1 year, and there was a lot of negative feedback coming their way as well. You still have 2 years to go for the next Gujarat Assembly election, and therefore the BJP does not want to take any chances. But the big news and the big update as far as this reshuffle is concerned is the fact that Harsh Sanghvi has now become the deputy CM. Remember, he comes in from South Gujarat. He's been a representative of South Gujarat from the Majura constituency, which is in Surat. It has been a big jump for him given the fact that he was the MOS home. He was also the sports minister of the state. Somebody who was the youngest home minister of Gujarat after Amit Shah as well. And he's got a big boost because not only does he become the deputy CM, but he's also going to be a cabinet minister as well. So big boost as far as Harsh is concerned. Again gives you an idea that the BJP is trying to promote young talent as well. Harsh is one of those representatives who's been very active. It's said to be extremely close to the top leadership of this Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah. The CR party has always in the past also been very close to Vijay Rupani, Anandiben Patel as well. So Harsh pretty much fits the bill, and that's the big story, the big update. Of course, there are a lot of reputations that have taken place. In terms of ministers who've been given an opportunity, whether it's Kanubhai Desai, who was the finance minister, or Rishikesh Patel, who was also the health minister of Gujarat.
Okay, Payal, you're telling us about the 9 replacements, and of course the big elevation that's come in for Harsh Sanghvi, also the youngest home minister of Gujarat to become the deputy chief minister. Payal, tell us a little bit about the caste composition of the new cabinet. There's been a lot of talk about OBC community, Patidar community, and how all of that is going to happen, inclusion of all the caste combinations.
Well, absolutely. There's been an inclusion of everyone that you can really think about, because remember the Patidars are a big force as far as Gujarat is really concerned, and therefore that holds a lot of significance. In that respect, they've been given a representation. Representation has also been given, from the other communities, especially the OBC community. Harsh Sanghvi himself is a Jain, which means minority community has also gotten a representation as well. Region-wise also a lot of representation has come their way, given the fact that Harsh Sanghvi and Kanubhai Desai have both been brought in as well. A lot of ministers have also been brought in from the Saurashtra region, and like I've been reporting earlier, it's not been a very, very happy hunting ground as far as the BJP is concerned in the past. But you have to understand one thing, that the BJP is looking at massive mandates. They won 156 out of 181 seats, but they were able to get another 6 people to join the ranks. It clearly meant that their strength is 162 out of 181 seats right now, which clearly means that numbers are certainly not a problem. But the BJP government in the state of Gujarat, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi comes in from, where of course Union Home Minister Amit Shah comes in from, where CR Patil comes in from. CR Patil, mind you, has the record of holding the highest number of seats and given the biggest victory to BJP. They will not leave anything to chance. So, like I said, it's not been an overnight decision. This cabinet rejig, or rather cabinet expansion has been on the cards for quite some time. It got delayed quite a bit because of the organization elections that have been underway for a few months as well. But this chop and change is something which has been part of the BJP's, thinking that we've really seen. We've seen Anandi Patel also leave her term midway as a chief minister. We've also seen Vijay Rupani also being removed midway as well. Bhupender Patel then replaced Vijay Rupani in 2019, if I remember correctly. And then, Bhupender Patel is now currently the chief minister of Gujarat. So everybody except him resigned yesterday when the cabinet, in fact, the entire set of cabinet ministers resigned yesterday. All the MLAs were asked to be in Gujarat. The Suchna, as I said, in Gujarat, came to each one of them only this morning as well. So there was a lot of, thinking behind, which has gone behind this. Just about a few days ago, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a meeting about Gujarat at his official residence at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, when, of course, Union Minister C.R. Patil, Union Minister for Home Affairs, Amit Shah, and of course JP Nadda, who is also a member of Parliament from, Mr. Nadda is a member of Parliament also from Gujarat in the Rajya Sabha. So they all had a meeting, and Jagdish Vishwakarma, who's newly been taken into the organization, is basically the Gujarat state chief. And as for the Gujarat Chief Minister himself, taking matters into their own hands, and they all had a detailed meeting. And after the centre's approval, this reshuffle has now taken shape.
Okay, Payal, now we're also looking at a comparison. So the new cabinet is larger than the 2022 lineup. There's also the upcoming elections that are being spoken of, and how all of this has been done, keeping in mind the civic elections, the 2027 assembly polls aimed at broadening social and regional representation. You spoke a little bit about the caste combination. What about region considerations?
Well, region-wise also representation has come from various places, and that's something which has been ensured very effectively by the BJP in terms of how they shaped up this whole reshuffle. Just to bring you to the fact that while there is representation which is being witnessed, in south of Gujarat, from where the deputy CM will now come in from. In the past, when 2021 the elections, 2022 beg your pardon, when the elections took place, that is when you did not have, they did not have a deputy CM, but now they've gone ahead and done that. Kutch and Upper Jamnagar representation comes in with the fact that Vibha Jadeja, who's the wife of Indian cricketer Ravindra Jadeja, is a first-time member of parliament, and she's going to be joining the cabinet from Jamnagar. Her inclusion reflects the party's effort to balance regional representation by adding high visibility to the faces of the government and also to the young faces as well. There is a lot of representation from the north. For example, Bhikkhu Singh Parmar has exited amidst controversy involving his children from the Manrega scam. And the new council is expected to have a lot of other representation. Siki Chavda, also from North Gujarat, Pankaj Desai.
Okay, some very interesting names there, Payal. You know, what we'll do is we'll try and revisit this story. Lots more needs to be spoken of here, but for now we need to shift our focus.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. The opposition's unity in Bihar has been severely tested as the deadline for the first phase of nominations has passed, with the key partners in the Mahagathbandhan still struggling to finalize a seat-sharing deal. The internal turmoil presents a fragmented front against the ruling NDA, which has already announced its seats distribution, and their allies seem to be on the same page more or less. The failure to present a united front and the inability to resolve the internal squabbles so close to polls creates a strong narrative of an opposition in tatters, providing significant political advantage to the incumbent. While the opposition claims that all issues are being resolved and a joint announcement is imminent, the delay and the public disagreement over seat sharing, chief minister's face and other issues